After my husband, Adam Hargrove, custom, orders the new couch, he is completely obsessed over it. Not only does he insist on sleeping on the couch every night, but he also refuses to let me touch it. I seriously can't take his weird obsession any longer, so I decide to bring up divorce before him at our son's party. Everyone just stares at me in shock. Adam even responds by splashing the wine right at my face. What the hell are you on about, Lena? I neither cheated on you nor got in contact with any woman out there. Are you seriously divorcing me just because I sleep on the couch every night? I reply immediately, that is right. My answer didn't waver, and that was enough to drain the color from Adam Hargrove's face. Our son, Lucas Hargrove, burst into terrified wails. Adam's parents rushed to scoop him up and calm him down. Adam's assistant, Claire Whitfield, stepped forward and practically screamed at me. Lena, do you even have a heart? Do you have any idea how much Adam has sacrificed for you and this family? Are you blind? What? Just because he bought a couch and slept in the living room instead of sharing your bed? You are going to throw a tantrum over nothing. Adam's father, Gerald Hargrove, had been listening to all of this, and his face was getting redder by the second. So that is what this is about, he said. Even if Adam sleeps separately, he is doing it because your body hasn't recovered from childbirth. He is being considerate, and you can't even see that? Every pair of eyes in the room was locked on me, burning with the same fury, like they want to set me on fire. Dad stepped in quickly, already in damage control mode. Lena, we've all seen how good Adam is to you. If there is a problem between you two, just talk it out. Why do you keep jumping straight to divorce? Mom hurried over to Adam's side, rubbing his arm, trying to soothe him. Adam, sweetheart, don't take this to heart. She is just not thinking straight right now. You are a grown man. Don't let her get under your skin. Then she turned to me. Get over here and apologize to Adam so we can put this whole thing behind us. The nurses and the patients in the next bed over were watching with their jaws on the floor, but my voice didn't soften, not even a little. Mom, Dad, I am not confused, and I am not being impulsive. I mean every word. This marriage is over. I pulled out the divorce papers I'd already prepared and held them out to Adam, my voice cold. Sign. Gerald couldn't hold back any longer. He slammed his hand on the bead rail and pointed at me. You ungrateful woman. Adam has worked himself to the bone for years to give you a good life. Things are finally starting to look up, and you turn around and ask for a divorce. How dare you? Do you have no shame? After everything this family has done for you? Dad's face went white. He raised his hand to slap me, but Mom grabbed his arm and held on tight. He stood there breathing hard, glaring at me. Are you really going to tear this family apart? Adam asked. Whatever the problem is, we can talk about it. Why does it have to be divorce? And why now? There is nothing to talk about, I replied, looking at Adam. He scoffed. Tell me why. Lena, does it matter? My voice was flat. We're done. I didn't want to stay there another second. I turned to leave, but Claire grabbed my wrist and yanked me back. You don't get to walk away, she shouted. You owe him an explanation. I pried her fingers off me. You are his assistant. What I do with my life is none of your business. She wouldn't let go. She grabbed the collar of my shirt, her voice shaking with self-righteous fury. Fine, I am just his assistant. But what you are doing right now would disgust anyone with a conscience. What kind of woman does that? Your husband works himself half to death to provide for you, and you sit at home living like a princess. And instead of being grateful, you ask for a divorce. You are a disgrace. Lena, a shameless, gold-digging disgrace. I ripped her hand off me, and without thinking, my palm connected with her face. The slap echoed through the room. Claire stumbled back 2 steps and hit the floor, clutching her cheek, staring up at me in shock. Adam rushed to her side and pulled her up, then yelled at me. If you have a problem, take it up with me. Leave her out of this. Gerald watched me hit Claire, and whatever restraint he had left snapped completely. I must have been out of my mind to let Adam marry you, he shouted. Adam's mother, Matilda Bennett, helped Claire to her feet. Claire's eyes were bloodshot and brimming with tears, but she shook her head and put on a brave face. Please, don't blame Lena, she said. This is my fault. I shouldn't have opened my mouth and made things worse. She is hurting, and I pushed her when I shouldn't have. The baby's right here. Let's not keep fighting because of me. Watching Claire like that only made Adam feel worse. He turned to her gently. Claire, this isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Then he turned toward me. Lena, this is our son's 1-month celebration, and you picked today to bring up divorce. What? You think because I love you, you can pull whatever you want and I'll just put up with it? Gerald stepped forward, glaring at me. Are you really set on this? I bet there is someone else. That is the only explanation. Why else would you be this heartless, demanding a divorce at your own child's celebration? Claire's eyes widened, like something had just fallen into place. That is it, isn't it? No wonder you are so desperate to leave. You have someone on the side. How can you do this to your son? To Adam. Adam's whole body went rigid. Lena, you better not actually be seeing someone. I listened to Claire call him Adam over and over like she owned the name, and my expression didn't change. Whether there is someone else isn't the point, I said. The point is that Adam and I are getting divorced. That was the last straw for Gerald. He pointed toward the door and roared at me. Fine. You ungrateful wretch. You are not welcome here anymore, and take your parents with you. You want a divorce so badly? Fine. I'll see you in court in 5 days, and I am going to make sure you pay back every cent you've squeezed out of my son. Mom and Dad opened their mouths to say something, but one look from Gerald and Matilda shut them down cold. The second we stepped out of the hospital room, Dad grabbed my arm. Lena, what is going on with you? He asked. You and Adam used to be so happy together. How do you go from that to divorce papers? And on a day like this, he let out a heavy sigh, his eyes going distant. I still remember when you two first got together. You were glued to his side every second of the day, and he was your whole world. You knew how hard he worked, so you'd make dinner and have it ready when he got home. You even taught yourself how to give massages so you could help him unwind after a long day. Things were so good back then. How did it end up like this? The words hit me harder than I expected. Before I could stop them, tears slid down my face. I wiped my cheeks with the back of my hand and kept my voice steady. Dad, that is all in the past now. I pulled free from his grip and walked toward the elevators without looking back. Downstairs, my old college friend Derek Lacey was leaning leaning against his car, waiting for me. I climbed into the passenger seat. He took one look at my face and smirked. You've been crying, huh? Sounds like that party was even more fun than I expected. I managed a tired laugh. Don't tease me. I am going to need your help in court in 5 days. I put my earbuds in, pulled up the recording on my phone, and made myself listen to it again. I didn't want to impose on Derek any more than I already had, so I asked him to drop me off at a hotel. I couldn't tell what time I finally fell asleep. Sometime well past midnight, I drifted off without realizing it. The next afternoon, a frantic knocking on the door jolted me awake. The second I opened it, a crowd of people pushed their way inside. Miss Reeves, can you tell us why you asked for a divorce at your son's 1-month celebration? There are rumors that you were unfaithful during the marriage. Is that true? You've been with Mr. Hargrove since before he made it big, and now you are walking away. Do you feel any guilt at all? Camera flashes exploded in my face one after another. Recorders and microphones were shoved so close I could feel them against my skin. Half of them had their phones out, live streaming, recording video, every single one of them desperate to squeeze some scandal out of me. The commotion drew more onlookers within minutes, and once they heard what was going on, they stared at me with open contempt. A female reporter elbowed her way to the front, her tone sharp and accusatory. Miss Reeves, sources close to the family say Mr. Hargrove was sleeping in a separate room during your postpartum recovery. Does that mean the marriage was already falling apart? And the fact that you chose the baby's 1-month celebration to file for divorce, was this planned from the start? That was when it clicked. Everything I'd done the day before had been recorded and posted online. It had blown up overnight. In the span of a single evening, the entire internet had decided I was the villain. I didn't even have to guess who was behind it. It could only have been Claire. I looked at the wall of cameras pointed at my face and spoke calmly. I have nothing to explain. That set them off instantly. Unbelievable. If I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe a woman like this actually existed. She stuck it out through the hard years, and now that the money's rolling and she wants a divorce, she obviously has another man. She probably couldn't keep it in her pants after the pregnancy, and her husband wasn't enough anymore. You know what? That actually makes sense. I feel sorry for the guy. Imagine when that kid grows up and finds out what kind of mother he has. It'll be humiliating. I was drowning in the noise when my parents arrived with Adam. He looked nothing like he had the day before. The anger was gone, replaced by something raw and urgent. He pushed through the crowd to reach me, and when he spoke, his voice was low and gentle. Lena, are you okay? I looked into his eyes, and all I saw there was worry. I shook my head but didn't say anything. Dad stepped forward, his expression stern. Lena, your mother and I were up all night trying to make sense of this, and we still can't figure out why you'd do this to Adam. Frankly, we started wondering if maybe you really are involved with someone else. So last night, we rushed a paternity test. Adam is Lucas's biological father. What possible reason do you have to ask for a divorce? He tossed the paternity report on the floor in front of me. I bent down and picked it up. Mom chimed in, her voice softer but just as insistent. Lena, Adam saw the live stream of you being ambushed by reporters. He was so worried something would happen to you that he came running. His parents tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. He is always thinking about you, every single moment. You can't keep hurting him like this. Please, just be reasonable. Apologize to him and make this right. But no matter how hard they pleaded, none of it reached me. I held up the paternity report so everyone could see it and tore it to pieces. Dad was shaking with rage. He raised his hand and slapped me across the face with everything he had. Lena, how long are you going to keep this up? Adam has given everything for this family, and you still can't see that. The paternity test is right in front of you, and you are still trying to tear this family apart.